you that in the replay team and people that are going to be live with me in the audience or on stage in the next minutes or 10, 20, 30 minutes. If you are there listening to me, you are on the replay team, and I decided to start it already, although it's not yet the time, but I'm really happy to be here in front of you for this show. I was not doing it last week, and we are on Friday. We are on the 20th of March, and this is the International Day of Happiness. So what a beautiful day to present that. So let me just check as I'm going to check that I'm well online, and I am not at the standing point of Jessica with lots of video and but I am improving, and I was blessed to be in Jessica's show, pardon my French, on the last event 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, how to ask better questions. And I'm going to tap right now in the joy. I would like to see the joy. I decided also to modify for the first time my LinkedIn picture by saying that I am not only open to work, I am open to joy, because when what we do is so joyful, then we can call it the joy, not especially the work. So right now I'm just going to the nitty-gritty to see if I am online, which normally is possible to do while I'm doing the videos, waiting, like this does. But here I am online on YouTube, and it means that I am online on LinkedIn also. So I am going to make this session 45 minutes, more maybe, if I have interactions. How could we reach me 1 or 2 years ago, before all these amazing platforms? I was allowing people to join on Restream, and of course to interact on LinkedIn. And right now, then I was doing with various platforms, and now I am doing it through an amazing platform. I love both, by the way. If you ask me to choose between a pear and a banana, I will choose both. But right now I have my booth in Ripley, and you can go by the linktree/FrenchHolly, go on stage, and you will be there, my friends, to interact with me on stage. 1 or 2 or 3 sessions before was like issues like people on YouTube, LinkedIn were not able to listen to people sharing on this platform. I hope this will not be a problem right now. And since here I can unmute myself, I'm going to remove the chat, and here it is. So back on business. We are on the 5th minute, I think, and I am going to talk about French and nuggets about French. So, and let me also go to activate my camera. So here you see me twice. So today, this is the International Day of Happiness. Aujourd'hui, c'est la journée internationale du bonheur. There are many other ways to say it. Bonheur, joie, heureux. Je suis heureux. Je suis en joie. J'ai plein de bonheur. And sometimes it's not the case. I have still doubt. but I'm doing my best to bring joy because I want to bring joy for so many days and weeks and months in my life that I was letting fear, letting sadness, letting anger rule me. And of course, these emotions are important. La joie, it's the most important emotions. La colère, it's necessary. La peur, sometimes when we are fearing something. And le dégoût. But here, la joie, it's the most important emotion. And I want to bring more joy into this world and especially to myself, bringing the joy, amener de la joie. I'm going to talk about some French nuggets. Let me know in the comments on LinkedIn or on YouTube what would you like me to cover. I'm not yet ready to announce a lot of things. I'm hoping that this next week I will announce things, or at least this weekend. I can try my best to work on something this weekend so that I will be able to show something in progress, not 100% done, but to show something. Let me first share something that I'm really proud. I'm getting into this room when I feel a bit sad. So here is my other room. This is a panda, and this is my gratitude room. This is my gratitude room. The room where I give myself flowers, ou la salle où je me donne à moi-même des fleurs. So there, you can also join this room if you want, but there is my Refrench Your Brain room that I'm focusing right now. Let me know in the comments, even if you are on the replay team, let me know what are your thoughts. And so, going back to Refrench Your Brain, and going back to bring first nuggets. Joie, bonheur, but also colère, peur, tristesse, dégoût, jalousie, all these emotions and sub-emotions. And these are essential. All the emotions are essentials. The only thing to realize is to not get glued by an emotion indefinitely. I'm really blessed to be part of incredible communities face-to-face and online that helps me to do my best for happiness. Aujourd'hui, today, I would like to thank some friends and some structures. This is the session that I want to thank people and communities and organizations that are doing their part to make this world a better place. Ils font leur mission, c'est de rendre ce monde meilleur à vivre. And so I want to thank first Rachel and all the new language community. I am right now crossing my fingers that in 2 months, day by day, starting on 20th of May, I will be in Sitges for the 4th time. Yeah, it will be my 4th participation. I was there in 23, 24, 25. So 26 will be my 4th participation, and this is the 10th year's anniversary. So thank you, Rachel, Patricia, Daniela, Georgia, Edward, Alessandro, Virginia, and so many others. Sinem and Andrea, and so many, and Margherita. So thank you for this community. Merci. Cette communauté me met en joie. This community makes me happy. Questa comunità mi fa pieni di gioia. Then the second community is, in fact, it's difficult. Because right now, I would say, you know what? I don't want to choose neither of them. I want to thank both Go Brunch and Ripley, and especially the people that are behind. I want to, in this world, I want to be a peacemaker. I am not in control of what people choose. I am not in control of who decides to make war, violence, killings, and justice. I am only able to decide what I can do in my vehicle, in my body, right now. Things that I did in the past, dans le passé, I cannot change. Things that are from the future, qui arrivent au futur, it's not yet there. The only thing that I can do is now. And so I want to merge all the languages to a single sound. Boom, 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 boom. And whatever happens in this world, whatever happens in other external of myself is not in my control. But I want to merge spasiba and jakuyu. I want to merge shalom and shukran. I want to merge all the people in the world for the same language. So I want to thank both Go Brunch and Ripley. A year and 4 months ago, I discovered Go Brunch. And 3 months ago, a bit more than 3 months ago, I discovered Ripley. And both are incredible. I would like to encourage you to discover both gobrunch.com and ripley.com. I think it's .com. Because both Richard, the founder of Go Brunch, and Claudio, the founder of Ripley, are amazing. And the communities of Go Brunch and of Ripley are amazing. I want to thank Dee. I want to thank Kina. I want to thank Brittany in Go Brunch. I want to thank also Marissa, Claudio, Jessica, Peggy, and so many others, Stacy, Okay, so my mic is now on. You know, when there are connection issues and there are some struggles, it happens sometimes. So here I'm just checking if I am audible. Normally, yes. So I want to, as I said, let me just check. Normally, okay. So, le moment de vérité. Est-ce que je suis audible? Okay, so I want to be the peacemaker, but it's what is my control? What is my control? What I do right now. I cannot change the past and the future. Je ne peux pas changer le passé. Je ne peux pas changer le futur. So I want to thank to be the peacekeeper and connecting with languages. That in fact we are all humans on Earth, 8.3 billions. Whatever happens, it is the government. We are having also responsibility as each individual on Earth about what we send our vibrations. But I want to say all united as humans, wherever they are, whatever in which whatever country they are, to merge the spasiba with the chakuyu, to merge the shalom with the shukran, and to bring humanity as one, to not let anyone dividing us. Yet, there will be divisions because there will be people that will allow them to be divided. And so that I want to say thank you for both platforms. After the new language community, I want to thank both GoBrunch and Ripley, the founder Richard and the founder Claudio for Ripley. GoBrunch.com, Ripley.com. Feel free to discover both of them. They are all both in my heart, especially people within GoBrunch, Brittany, Sarah, Sophia, Dominic, Forrest, and Terry, and also Dee, and Marisa, and also Kina, and also other people now in Ripley, Claudio, Jessica, Stacy, Hermie, Brittany, and Peggy, and RJ, and Bez, and so many others. These are people that I like so much. I adore them. And it's about what could we do to bring the joy? What could we do to bring the joy? I'm just going to check in the chat if I have any comment, any question, let me know. If you have any question, I'm happy to answer you about French. So sorry, I'm checking questions. So right now we are on. Feel free to join also the stage, Ripley, whenever you want. I will be there the whole evening after the show also. If you want to pop in, it's on Linktree, so linktr.ee/FrenchHolly that you see scrolling below. So thank you, all the people that are bringing this world a better place. And I want also some thoughts about people that are fighting right now, like Shika, that I met a few weeks ago through a post she was sharing 1 or 2 months ago. She is living in Belgium, and she has some challenges with her daughter that had suicidal thoughts. We need more mental health. That's why also I brought Café Di Bien. Café Di Bien is feels good. It feels good to see you. So right now we are on the 20 minutes. I'm going to drop some French gems. And thank you so much for anyone who is watching live or watching on replay team. This show will be 45 minutes maximum, unless I have interaction, unless if someone is willing to join my room that is accessible through Linktree/FrenchHolly on my replay room. And I want also to thank Mike. Few days ago, he was paying me a tribute, an homage that I want to share, by the way, because unless I have interactions in the chat or in my room, I'm going to share the blessings that I received this week. And then I'm going to tap into the questions. And what are the questions that could trigger emotions, déclencher des émotions? Strangely enough, I don't not know. The simple fact that I have to take it easy. LinkedIn is not working on my browser right now, so I have to skip that. Or maybe, but in fact, I don't know what to do. Probably I will share in a post because he was. Oh, but let me just share. In fact, I can share to the LinkedIn, but through the Substack. Because Mike is also a very warm person. He shared it in terms of whoops. Okay, I am still alive. Sometimes it's okay. So okay, I found it. Then I can share my screen. I want to thank Mike. Mike is a very human person, and here is the song going to in my room in my session because he did this. And AI is amazing, So he did this picture, by the way. It's incredible. I feel really blessed of this picture. Me with the panda. It's my heart is ignited, truly ignited, because I feel like a bit like pro. So let me just check about the song. Normally it will play on. Yeah, normally it will play. If it doesn't play, apologize. I am going to do it anyway. So here's the song.
He sees you walking heavy, carrying what the week left behind. Before you find your chair, he's already found the pun inside your mind. You look like you need some conjugation, or at least a glass of wine. And just like that, the room gets lighter. Something shifts along the line. He doesn't ask what's broken, he just opens up the door, hands you back the part of you that knew what laughter's for. 43 long months of silence, and he still came back to you. Not because the world deserved it, just because that's how he lives. He'll meet you in the French, he'll meet you in the fire. Turn the weight of all your words into something that goes higher. When the world counts what you made and calls it what you're worth, he's already at the whiteboard, finding joy inside the hurt. Refrench your brain. It's not a method, that's a man who reached inside a language and pulled out an open hand. Refrench your brain, say it slow, let it land. That's Holly, teaching life the only way he can. He knows the grind that grinds you down, the job that counts you like a part. 3,000 cars a month, no room for error, even less for a heart. He held that pace until he couldn't, then he chose a different road. Not bitterness, but brightness. Joy became his chosen code. So when he says carpe diem, it's not borrowed from a wall. It's the thing he built his whole life on. Each time he heard the call, and every pun he lands in English, every word play wrapped in French, is a man who turned his hard years into something that can help. He'll meet you in the French, he'll meet you in the fire. Turn the weight of all your words into something that goes higher. When the world counts what you made and calls it what you're worth, he's already at the whiteboard, finding joy inside the hurt. Refrench your brain. It's not a method, that's a man who reached inside the language and pulled out an open hand. Refrench your brain, say it slow, let it land. That's Harley, teaching life the only way he can. You don't give like that from empty, you don't play like that from fear. Every joke he makes in passing cost him something to get here. 4 languages, 1 heartbeat, saying we all have a place, and the pun is just the entrance to the grace behind his face. He'll meet you in the French, he'll meet you in the fire. Turn the weight of all your words into something that goes higher. When the world counts what you made and calls it what you're worth, he's already at the whiteboard, finding joy inside the hurt. Refrench your brain. That's not a method, that's a man who reached inside the language and pulled out an open hand. Refrench approaching life the only way we can. We came for the French, we stayed for the joy. We learned something about living from a Brussels boy. Carpe diem, Molly. Carpe diem.
So it was a beautiful song, and I was not expecting this song to be like that, or with the surprise of Mike. So I'm just showing something I'm going to rework, but it was at the beginning or at the end of my show, I was showing this.
Welcome to ReFrench Your Brain. Bienvenue, a session where you can stretch your brain and presented by Ollie. Don't forget to embark your heart. Let's go!
And so that was my initial video. So let me know what normally I still have 20, let's say 15 minutes, unless you want to share something in the chat or going to my room that you can access through linktree/FrenchOllie. And I'm in a period that I am having some difficulties since few weeks and few months, since the start of January. And the peak was even not in January. The peak was in December, the 28th of December, when I was calling the emergency for my dad, when I was with my dad. So I'm trying to do my best to my life, and being surrounded by incredible friends like Margaret, Jessica, Mike, RJ, Peggy, and Jamie, and Sang, and so many. That is filling my heart. And so I want to say thank you for all these people, all these human beings, and that I am in a new cycle right now, that I am building my next chapter in my life. And I want to be part of my adventure. I'm building my fantastic, and I'm building incredible things. So right now, for instance, I am going to share another room because I'm loving to share what my friends are doing. And then I'm going to share probably next session what I'm cooking for. I'm getting things interesting in my oven, baking some pancakes, and ultimately, eventually, I will be able to show it to you next Thursday. But right now, for instance, I'm going to show you the writing. Welcome to the writing. And why now I'm the only one, and you can see a lot of things. You can sit whenever you want. You can also discover incredible things like the writing and having some info, greetings. And RJ is amazing. So thank you, RJ. I want also to share something. Jessica is also an interesting, incredible person. And I want to thank again, to wish an amazing happy birthday to one of the co-hosts, Farron, who had his birthday yesterday. And so, is it this one? I don't know. Maybe I will be able to see that. Okay, I found it. So here is the room that I'm going to share because it's really incredible. Voila. Here is the happy birthday room to in tribute to Farron. And I cannot wait to share this because it was igniting my heart. Happy birthday, Farron! And it's really incredible, this incredible room with a lot of different pictures. He is a basket fan of course. And happy birthday, Farron! Yoo-hoo! 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 So that's what I want to share. And then, of course, I want to share also, finally, I want to share something that is really within my heart, that the we shall stand for love. No, not this one. Sorry. I'm going to share again the room here. And then I'm going to close the show because I don't see anyone asking question in the chat. So here is the room. We shall stand for love, even with a broken soul, even with a heavy heart. And I'm going to share you the story, by the way. This is a room in tribute of Dorothy Auger that created the poem We Shall Stand for Love. Just going to check if I am live because there's so many rooms, by the way. And then I'm going to end with the questions that brings joy. So right now we are on the 37 minutes and I'm sharing my voice, hopefully. Normally my voice is, yeah. So this poem, We Shall Stand for Love, in English is this one. And I'm going to quote it. For love, I shall stand for love, even with a broken soul, even with a heavy heart. I shall stand for love, for the world is wounded, not just my little piece of land, where I am mostly safe, where I am mostly well, but our world, everywhere, every day. I shall stand for love because we need more light, not more death, not more power, not more bombs. I shall stand for love so that our children are safe, so that our friends are sheltered, so that our borders are open. I shall stand for love, even with a broken soul, even with a heavy heart. Each and every day, there are persons, human beings, that are gathering in this room to quote the poem in English or in chosen language. Daria is sharing it in German. Louise is sharing it in Portuguese. This poem was written one day after the bombings of Brussels. It was on the 22nd of March 2016. 23rd of March, she wrote the poem. Few hours later, a song was created. Few hours later, someone asked if it was possible to translate the song in Italian because it was connecting heart profoundly to read it in Italian. Since it is translated in 70 plus languages, more are coming in the future. In 2 days, there will be the commemoration in Brussels, Malbec station, the subway station, and Brussels airport, where 10 years ago, on the 22nd of March, on the morning, was 2 bombs exploding. And I think 32 lives lost and hundreds of lives impacted. And Dorothy lost a friend, and she wrote this poem. And more than 3 years ago, sadly, Dorothy spread her wings. And since then, Jessica is doing that each and every day. Since I know, probably she was doing it since many years. It's only since 1 year that I came to this room for the first time, I think. We should stand for love, even with a broken soul, even with a heavy heart. And I want to always remember. I want always to remember to bring joy and to bring love always within my heart. Because no matter what, there will always be forces that wants us to divide us, that wants us to choose hate. Yet we can choose love. We can choose union. I would like also to thank all my audience that were attending my sessions. And I am in my healing phase. Some days it's not easy to be Oli. But I'm doing my best each and every day to bring joy not only outside of me, to bring joy also inside of me. Because for me, it's so easy to numb myself by bringing joy to others, but to forget me. And so that I want to thank you, to thank my audience, you that are listening right now or in the replay team, for your presence in my journey. So right now, for the last minutes, I'm going to bring joy and to bring powerful questions. I was asking Claude, by the way. I'm using a lot of AI. And here is my share, bringing some questions about emotions. So now I'm going to give you some nuggets for a few minutes. And I can develop that in a future program. And so here is my questions right now. And here is the different emotions. And thank you, Teresa. Thank you. She said something that is really interesting. It may be difficult to be holy, but it is never difficult to love you holy and to enjoy all the joy you bring. Thank you for that, Teresa. Thank you so much for that. So right now I'm going to bring the joy. So there will be nuggets in French, of course. Serenity. What brings you a sense of calm? Where do you feel most at peace? What routine gives you quiet satisfaction? What simple moment made you feel content today? Quel simple moment t'a fait sentir content, heureux aujourd'hui? For me, it was the time in the park when I was doing this impromptu streaming. I could have said, no, not going to do it anyway. Yet I did it. 15, 18 minutes in the nature, where there was also dogs, Dogs are angels on earth. You might not like them all the time, but they are angels on earth. So now, joy, la joie. What experience filled you with happiness? What success are you celebrating right now? What delights you about your current life? What brings genuine joy to your heart? That's a powerful question I'm asking. I need to ask that also to myself. What brings you joy? What brought you joy today? Feel free to reply with that in the comment. Ecstasy. What moment made you feel absolutely euphoric? What's the most exhilarating experience you've ever had? What achievement exceeded your wildest dreams? What made you feel on top of the world? Then cheerfulness. What always puts you in a good mood? Who makes you laugh the most? What brightens your day without fail? And what playful activity do you enjoy? What brightens your day without fail? Qu'est-ce qui illumine ta journée avec certitude, sans erreur? For me, it's the desire that I have. It's an inner desire that I have to connect with human beings, to connect with people, to be curious sometimes and to reach some rooms. So once again, Teresa, you are part of it. Indeed, it may be difficult to be holy, but it is never difficult to love you holy and to enjoy all the joy you bring. I just need help. I need help, j'ai besoin d'aide, for the structure, for the planning, for the accountability buddy, because I have a lot of gifts that it's not yet out. I need to get them out while I'm still breathing. While I'm still breathing, there is work to do. So now, trust, acceptance, confidence, reliability. Who makes you feel welcomed? Where do you feel you belong? What part of yourself have you come to accept? Who doesn't judge you? Trust. Who would you trust with your deepest secret? What relationship feels rock solid? Who has earned your confidence? What commitment can you rely on? Admiration. Who do you look up to most? Whose qualities do you deeply respect? Who inspires you to be better? What person embodies what you value most? Faith. What do you believe in wholeheartedly? What gives you hope for the future? What principle guides your decisions? What conviction grounds you? Then there is fear, there is surprise, there is sadness, there is disgust, there is anger, there is anticipation. So I'm going to stick for the last question about faith. What gives you hope for the future? Feel free to reply in the chat. If you are in my audience in the next session, I would like you to interact with me like Teresa did. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, everyone who is watching by replay team. Thank you. What gives me hope for the future? That I am placing more and more myself in the center. That it's not egoistic to place me more in the center as I was placing most of the time others. What gives me faith in the future is that the future is not yet there, and each moment at a time, each week, each day, each minute, I can decide what I want to decide. Qu'est-ce qui me donne de l'espoir dans le futur? Que je peux m'améliorer, que je peux continuer à être moi, même si je m'améliore. That there will always be a part of ravioli, of brightness, of joy, while I get more serious about what's happening right now in my life. Thank you so much. We are on the 52nd minute. Going to close right now. See you next week for another show. Maybe this weekend, who knows? Going to have a flash improvised session. Who knows? Le meilleur est à venir, yet each day is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Keep shining, everyone. And as